What up, what up? It's another slasher town. How are we doing tonight, everybody? Wow, do you hear my voice crack? It's sort of like I'm hitting puberty again. I heard my voice crack, and that's what matters. Strong start. How we doing? What's up? Thank you, Chelsea. Hi, Open Nope. Sid the Friend. Love the Dancing Skeleton. Slasher Town. That's right, Griff Moy. What are you doing, Laura? I'm finishing. Oh, yes. CVXSL Productions. It was a wild stream last week, y'all. We had a wild time. I'm doing good. You know, it is. I'm not sure if anyone's looking at the weather in their town or in the world, but it's like hot. Which, you know, and I'm like from Miami, and I like love heat actually, but this is like I am like wearing like no clothes in the street. What? Oh, I'm gone. Oh, no one can hear me. Can you hear me? Wow, I don't know why that's happening. Huh. I don't know why my sound cut. Welcome to Slasher Town, the safest town in the USA. Don't believe what you read in the papers about Wyatt Wilder, the concrete surfer, Hazel Morrison, the know-it-all, and Penny Chu, that dumb cheerleader who claimed they were chased by a ghost face, caught him, and took his mask off, revealing not a head, but a void of nothing. Come swim in the deepest lake in the world, or spill your guts at Starside Adventure Park. I'm Dylan Guerra, your tour guide through all things fun and safe. Slasher Town, we're all expecting you. Okay. Ooh. Everybody try talking? Nope. Love the intro. Can y'all hear me? No.
Still can't hear you, bud.
Oh no, I was here just typing furiously.
Oh, now I can hear everyone. Can y'all hear me?
Oh,
and we can hear you.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that.
All we had to do was talk.
Hey, we did it. We solved the problem.
Teamwork makes the dream work, right?
Absolutely.
Dreamwork makes the team work.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whatever.
As you know, we all did that together. It was all of us together, working together as a team, made this happen. We were gonna do the intro and then dive right into the show, but due to some sound stuff, you're getting some BTS content before. So before we let y'all know about some incentives that you could do to make the game extra, and I love a little chaotic stream, so would love to see a little chaos from y'all by helping out with some incentives. So here are some incentives that we got going on. You can use your bits, right? I got that right. Yep, use your bits to give a player an added die, which, you know, we're playing on the Tales from the Loop system, which is you roll a select number of dice depending on your stats. A six-sided die, a 6 is a success, a 1 is a critical failure. No 6s is just a regular failure. A lot of 6s is a critical success. So you can give someone an added die to get them to get as many 6s or 1s as possible. And then you can get a re-roll. You can give someone bits you can use your bits for a re-roll where somebody can re-roll their dice. You can get one. Oh, I am way behind on my. You can give someone an auto. I give that to these, and they fail instantly. Ooh, I'm gonna refresh.
All right, just to recap, you can do a reroll, you can do an auto 1, which is an automatic failure, an auto 6, which is a success, or you can give an obsession. You can create an NPC who has a wild obsession, and Dylan will create that and bring that person to life. We've had some incredible NPCs, and I'm excited to see what you kooky kids come up with tonight.
And just to recap, last episode, which was wild and nuts, Penny really just took the lead. I'm kind of jealous of what Penny did last episode. You got to like destroy a murder shark. You got to watch the VOD. You absolutely do. But it involves us hopping on a boat, hanging out with a questionably, I'm just gonna call them a sentient bag who probably smoked at least 20 packs a day. That was a time.
Self-described sentient bag. She described herself as a sentient bag. We're not.
Yeah, we
ganging up on the elderly.
this is all accurate. Like this was from their mouth. It was wild. Got a little romance last episode, and not from like me and Wyatt. I'm talking about sentient bag, and I don't remember the rich person's name, but I messed it up a lot of times.
All I remember is ride the Maeve wave.
Ride the Maeve wave. Yes.
How could we forget Ride the Maeve Wave?
Exactly.
And it was Mrs. Lambrusco.
Lambrusco, because I called her Lambrowski.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There were really great names in that episode, except for all the names that I was forced to give. So.
Oh no, those are great.
No, you
would like
Miss Lemon. Lemon.
Yes.
Yep. Lemon Cookies Cookie Place.
Exactly
There we go.
that.
Yep.
Lemon Cookies.
Yep.
Cookie Place.
There should
Lest
be
we
a
forget.
bits where it's just I'm forced to name things, and you can watch me struggle.
It doesn't even feel like a struggle. It's perfect. We got
so
a
effortless.
grill of a fish of a whale of a time from you. That's iconic.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. So
And
sorry.
that's in like every episode now.
Every episode.
It really is. Yeah.
Thank you, Gaia. You're so sweet. Onyx, I hope you don't need it. Truly.
I mean, we will need it. Someone's gonna need it. Just doing the chat rules, getting back. Sorry, y'all. System had a little crazy time. Great. And hold on, more thing.
It's still a very childish thing to like stuff Kit Kats
There
in your
we
mouth.
go.
Right? Okay. Good. All right. Great.
I mean, you're just getting into character, right?
Literally that.
I'm just getting, yeah. What do you think we get into Slasher Town?
Absolutely.
All right, let's see how this rolls out. I just changed my whole setup in about 15 seconds. So now let's take a collective breath, audience, and we're gonna go in with now. Welcome to Slasher Town. You know it. You've probably been there. That suburban town that you're imagining, that's Slasher Town. I'm your tour guide through this bloody little town. And what an exhibit we have for you today. The story Shark Attack, the Shark Attack story at Starside Adventure Park didn't make it out of Slasher Town due to some scrub work by Mayor Slasher Jr., SJ, and his team. But it did make its way through the town, and even more specifically, through Slasher Town's summer teen scene. Did you hear that Hazel Morrison, Wyatt Wilder, and Penny Chu killed that shark? Oh yeah, I heard they killed the shark with a worm woman. Oh yeah, well I heard Wyatt Wilder killed the shark with his bare hands. He's so dreamy. I know. I thought that they were losers, but maybe, just maybe I was wrong. Penny Chu, the cheerleader? She killed a shark? The news traveled all the way through the football team, the band, and the stoners, the jocks, and all the way to the popular kids clique, and directly into the Queen Bee, Onyx Taylor's ear. And why is Onyx Taylor, our guest tonight, so important? Well, every year on the 4th of July, they host an exclusive party at their uncle's cabin. Only a handful of the school's most popular kids get to go. And this year, You'll never guess who they're in. Let's hear the invite now.
Hello, everyone. As you know, I have a yearly party at my uncle's cabin. I guess I'm inviting a little bit more than usual, but this year it's going to be a little more special. So go ahead and make your way down to my cabin. And if you have any questions, don't ask. Signed, Onyx.
Their little note made it to each and every one of our heroes. That's Penny Chew, Wilder, and Hazel Moore. And the next thing we knew, our heroes, who were just a few days ago unpopular kids on the outskirts of teen society, were being invited to Onyx's uncle's fancy cabin. Let's zoom in with our three heroes who decided to meet up to get picked up at whose house? Whose house are we starting at today?
Absolutely,
Hazel
my house.
Morrison's.
Mm-hmm.
Where they're helping her pack for their weekend just outside of Slasher Town, miles from home and miles from the nearest town, in an area that's sort of middle of nowhere, just woods and a few tiny homes that litter the highway. Let's check in with our three friends as they pack.
You know, honestly, I'm just surprised that my mom would even let me go to some party like this. I had to fudge the details a little bit. She found out that it was in the middle of nowhere. I don't think I'd be able to go. Penny, what'd you tell your parents?
I told them the truth that I was experiencing American teenagerhood, and if they didn't let me go, then that was infringing on my childhood rights.
Well, that's honest.
Mhm.
Are you excited,
Yeah,
Wyatt?
they're fine with it.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's good. My mother would never.
Yeah, I am excited. I just feel like what is there to do in the middle of the woods? You know, like here we have the lake, which yes, it's infested with sharks, but at least you could take a jet ski out. You could go out, like you could skimboard in the shallows. Like there's stuff to do. There's the water park. But if we go into the middle of the woods, what are we going to do? Hike? That's just walking with obstacles. That's so slow, sweaty, boring. I don't know. Maybe
Wyatt,
we'll have some fun board games or something.
Wyatt, these are the popular kids. Do you know what popularity means? It means you don't do anything. It is the absence of doing. You sit around and you talk about everybody else and you giggle at them like in a super mean and nefarious way. And no one ever giggled at me at my new school. It's fine.
I feel like you know me well enough to know that is just like 100% antithetical to who I am and what I'm about. I'm about moving fast, saying a little, only what's necessary, and lifting everybody else up.
Exactly. You know, Penny, we don't have to take it. Just relax, all right? Just be yourself. And if, they're a little boring, we'll just make our own fun. I, for one, am going to study the moss. I'm going to check the direction of where the sun rises, and then I'm going to study the wildlife, look at the ants, see what type of ecosystems around. I'm going to make the most of this.
And
Okay,
Hazel,
moss is super cool,
Hazel
but
Morrison. Mods are super cool. But Hazel Morrison, since we're packing at your house and you're really excited about mods, what's one item that you're taking with you that you don't take on a normal trip? A particular, very special to Hazel item.
I think since Hazel would be collecting samples, she's going to bring some very nice pairs of like scissors to cut things like very delicately, like trimming scissors. That would be her item.
Yeah.
Very sharp, very well taken care of.
Hazel puts her nice, well taken care of scissors, their little scissor sheath, into her little pencil pouch, into her little suitcase. And just as she does, and just as our imaginary camera that we watch this game with zooms in on the glasses, y'all hear a large honk! Honk! It's the car honking from outside, and you hear Onyx call out to you from their car.
Come on, losers. I don't have all the time in the world.
I don't appreciate them calling us that. We should have a word with them. We're going to address that. All right, but you guys ready?
Oh, we're ready. The losers are ready. We're ready. I have everything packed. We're all good. Okay, let's go.
Penny.
All the losers are here. Let's go. Okay. Just come on. Just be
Wyatt,
cool.
do you have
okay?
all your
Just be
candy?
Cool.
Minimal candy just because I'm not sure how hot it's going to get and I don't want all of it to melt. So I've got a Camelback filled with Gatorade and some extra Gatorades. That's just sugar water and electrolytes, and I am ready.
I have some ice packs if you want to carry more. I prepare for things like this. And I'll just start stuffing ice packs.
I'll grab just like a handful of peanut M&Ms and throw them in
Exactly.
between the ice packs.
And I'll squish them in real nice. And we're off.
So y'all step out of Hazel's house and you are greeted face to face with Onyx's car. And Onyx, can you describe your vehicle for us?
Yeah, for sure.
What are you driving?
So they would probably be driving a very compact SUV that's black on the outside, and on the inside there's leather interior. It definitely smells like a new car. And because they would probably have customization with it because their parents paid for it, there would be accents of gold in it in various places. And hanging from the front mirror is a necklace that their mother gave them when they were younger. So, yeah,
Does it have a sunroof?
absolutely.
This is good news for me.
Oh, wow. Your motor vehicle is very nice.
Yeah, thank you. Try not to get anything anywhere. Okay.
Don't worry, I'm very tidy. I'll watch Wyatt, though. He likes chocolate.
Yeah. Yeah, we would never do anything to harm the new car smell. Just it smells like hotness and popularity and coolness.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Something
I
you
give
probably wouldn't
Penny a
know
look.
about.
And I get in the car.
And as you open the car door to get into that car, Hazel, as the three of you are lined up ready to get in, a smell from the street greets you before you see him. It's a smell you've probably heard before in places like the school stairwell or out back behind a whale of a fish of a grill of a time. It's that pungent marijuana smell. And almost in a thick cloud coming up to the car comes maybe the second most popular kid in school, Asher Moans. He's effortlessly cool. He's got black sunglasses on. He has a joint in one hand that's making just a perfect cloud around him. He's got a leather jacket on, even though it's middle of summer, with a tank top underneath and tight, skinny jeans with a perfect rip in the right knee and little black booties with gold. He walks up to you, Asher Moan does. He takes a joint out of his mouth and he's like, "Yeah, I heard y'all are coming to the cabin. It's gonna be a fun time out at this cabin, guys." And he hops into the front seat and gives Onyx a big old high five that he nearly misses.
Yeah.
How you doing, Onyx? Are you excited for 4th of July weekend?
On a scale of 1 to 10, how high are you right now?
A lot.
I pull out my air freshener.
Thank
Start
you.
Spritzing it.
What?
That's a good one. Sounds more baked than fried to me. Good one.
And
Oh, God. Welcome to Ashertown.
Ashertown.
Yeah.
Ashertown.
I
Asher
think I'm not going to
leans
feel bad about my names anymore.
Yeah, don't.
Nice.
Yeah, you said Asher moans, and I was like, oh my God.
Asher leans back his seat almost fully into Hazel's lap right behind him. He kicks his feet up onto the dashboard and he's like, are we gonna like scoot to boot? Are we ready to get out to this cabin in the woods? I'm so excited for 4th of July weekends. You guys do not know what you're in for. And he's like, I'm excited. He was like, you know, Cody was supposed to come with us, but unfortunately, you know, Layla and Thomas are gonna be meeting us there later. So
That's wonderful. Great. Ugh.
Hey, Asher, I have a question for you.
yeah, sorry. I was
Could you-
just thinking about like space.
Yeah. Could you put your feet down off of my damn dashboard, please?
Yeah. I didn't want to like get super hard into this like right early into our drive to the cabin, but like at this point so many of my atoms have shifted with the atoms that are make up the dashboard that it's sort of hard to tell what's
Oh
what.
my god.
Do you know what I mean?
No, I
Do you
don't.
guys know what I mean?
I've studied this.
I'm not taking philosophy till next year, so
I've studied this extensively, and I can name 20 reasons why your statement is false. But I don't think it'll fall on pertinent ears right now. I just kind of look at Onyx like this guy, you know, like
Yeah.
so rude, awful.
Yep. He's the worst.
Y'all drive down the highway. You're driving down the highway toward the cabin in the woods, ready. Your excitement building up in your little bodies about all of the fun cabin things that you're gonna get up to and get to do in. We're about an hour into this drive now, and Wyatt's been going on and on about one of his favorite topics. It sort of drowns out the music that's been playing, and Wyatt's just been chatting away to whoever will listen about one of his favorite things.
So the thing that's interesting though, right, is because they touted Moon Knight as a Jewish hero, and we only saw him pray once, you know, and then we saw him at the funeral and he wore a yarmulke, and that's at the extent of his religious iconography that we saw him express. But in Ms. Marvel, everything about that show is so entwined with her religion and her community and how they move from where they were before to here now, and like how their culture has changed and what they have endured here as being othered from people, and like you get to see so much of what their history is more than any show that has come before it. So I was a little bit disappointed in Moon Knight for that reason, because I was like, oh, okay, it's fine, he's Jewish, I guess, but it's so integral to her character that she is Muslim, and the community is founded around that. And I just found that interesting, and it's something that I haven't been exposed to previously, and that's super fun.
And I agree in some form, way, or shape, because a lot of people use I guess, religion and whatnot as a backdrop. And personally, I feel if you're going to use a trope, then make it mean something. If you're going to do it, go all the way. I haven't seen Miss Marvel yet, but Moon Knight was very peculiar to me. I have quite a few issues with some of the, story plots that they tried to maneuver, but great effects. Truly, I think we can agree. Some really cool effects.
Yeah, and Oscar Isaac is super endearing in all the aspects of the character that he portrays. And I'm not trying to I'm not saying that was bad, nor that I'm saying Ethan Hawke did a bad job. Like, none of the actors didn't bring it. I'm just saying that it didn't say enough. It was just like, hey, we're going to fight some stuff. And at this point in the series, if you're going to spend 6 episodes, 8 episodes on a character, I want to feel changed as an audience member, you know?
Absolutely. It spent a lot of time diving through that. Mm-hmm.
He ashes a cigarette out the window and he's like, I totally feel that way totally about the MCU TV shows. I'm pretty close friends with the Falcon, and I was really excited for Falcon and the Winter Soldier. But he's just a guy.
I guess I want to clarify. Did you say you're best friends with a falcon or the falcon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
His name is Hank.
A falcon?
Hank.
Are
the
you
falcon.
are you sure about that? Are you positive about that?
Yeah, did this happen in the plane of this existence or in your mind of weed?
I mean, he took my dog, so he's watching him now.
When you say he took your dog, was it like a thief, like came in the night and took him off the leash and flew away and ate him, or are we talking like he's taking care of your dog for the weekend while you're gone, and this is something that has happened before and the dog has been returned?
Was this a one-time thing?
Well, I haven't seen him since. My dog was just like chilling in the backyard, and then the falcon came down, and it was this falcon that was in this tree that I would look at all the time and be like, "Hey, falcon!" I swear he would lift like a little talon up at me. And then one day I was just chilling with my dog in the backyard, and the falcon swooped down, and I was like, dogs and falcons, classic best friends. Like, he's taking him away for a long weekend trip, and I guess they must be having a really good time because that was like 2-3 months ago, and I haven't seen either of them in a while.
Oh boy, I have some bad news for him. We'll just break it gently next time, right? After the trip? Yeah.
I don't know that it's
Yeah.
essential to ruin his buzz now.
Yeah, at the second, yeah. Maybe not. Well, that's really cool, Asher. You can teach me how to talk to birds later.
Or if
Oh,
you want
sweet.
lessons, you can take them from Penny, because Penny's actually pretty tight with a chicken named Charleston.
Right.
Whoa, Penny, you're tight with a chicken. Onyx and I were actually just talking about how like we wanted to get to know y'all more, and I think Onyx, didn't you have some like questions for them? Some like get to know you more
You have questions
questions.
for us?
No, I
Wanna get to
kind of
know us?
wanted
Like-
to spend this ride in silence, but I guess we're here now. So what exactly are you all into as far as like, hobbies and stuff like that?
We're into lots of cool things. We're into we're not into sharks, okay? We're not into shark worms. We're not into the staring at the void of nothingness or possibly falling down a well. We are into cool, normal teenage things.
Mhm.
And I look over at both of them going,
I don't know. I was really kind of into the shark worms. That was kind of cool. Don't you think? Okay, okay.
I mean, it was definitely new and different, and that's sort of your whole jam, right? Like not xenobiology. What am I thinking of? I guess biology, zoology. That's the one.
Zoology.
Found it.
Yeah. It's kind of my
And
thing.
in the middle of
Yeah.
talking, getting to know each other, and Penny desperately trying to cover to make y'all seem as cool the max as possible, the gaslight starts to blink and it goes on empty, and Onyx, you seamlessly see it, and being the cool person that you are, you do an effortless turn into a tiny little gas station. There's only 2 pumps. You pull up to one of them, the other one's empty, and a little rinky-dink like Stop and Shop connected to it, and the sign on the pump says, "You must pay inside."
Okay, I'm gonna go inside. While I'm inside, don't mess with my car. Don't touch anything. And if you do, you will be walking to the cabin. Is that understood?
Yes. May I come inside with you so that I can get some cashews for some protein?
Sure, I don't care.
Sweet.
I slide out of the car so Wyatt can get out. And I slide back in with Penny.
Do you guys want anything?
I've got my water. I'm good. Thank you.
Okay.
Penny, do you want something?
Penny?
could you get a couple of air fresheners? Just not because of Asher, just
I've run
In
out
general?
of, yeah.
Yeah, do you want like do you want the pine tree ones or like the banana ones or like the orange ones? Do you like want fruit or pine?
I want industrial strength.
Okay, I'll see what they got. How about you, Asher? Do you need anything? Do you need some water? Hydrate?
I could use if they have it's like the bluish purple Fanta.
I'll double check. I'm pretty sure that's been expired for years, but I will or discontinued. I will double check. If not, I will find an equivalent. And also, do you want any like ding dongs or ho hos or Twinkies or anything like that?
What are you calling me? No, I'm much more of a bear. Anyway,
Great.
yeah, it just if they don't have the Fanta, you can just get me a new Coke. Call it a day.
Okay.
Do the two of you go into the store? Just you two are going.
Hell
yeah?
yes.
Yeah.
Great. Fun. All right. Onyx and Wyatt, you get into the store. As you open up this clear glass that pretty much is opaque because it's caked with dust and dirt and shit. It's also an equally rinky-dink, shitty little gas station store on the inside. There's an old man at the counter in a little red gas station attendant outfit. He's smoking a cigarette and he has the name tag that says Crag, C-R-A-G. The place smells just absolutely like cigarette smoke. The car is a much more pleasant. It's a much more pleasant scent inside the car. There's two aisles. There's one that has various snacks and things, and the other that has camping stuff, camping gear. And then a little dirty fridge with different beverages, energy drinks, chocolate milk, etc. And when you walk in, this old man Crag, who's smoking, he looks impossibly ancient. He looks at you and he just
We hear it from
Welcome.
outside.
Welcome to our. You hear it in the car. The wind. Welcome to Stop and Shop. Are you getting gas?
Yes, I am. On pump 1.
Yeah, it's the only pump that works. Pump 2's a ruse.
Good to know. Good to know. So Onyx is gonna reach in their pocket and kind of just slide over some cash.
How much cash do you slide over?
Say about $30.
$30. A drop. That's what you're looking for, just dripping a drop of this gas.
How much money do I need for this pump?
I'll settle for 60. 60, double, I'll fill her up. For 30, I'll give you a drip and a drop. It's sort of like thank you, Penny. It's sort of like LA. Gas is here.
So they reach into their pocket again, and they pull out another 30 and slide it across.
Oh, you one of them rich slasher towners. Yeah.
Are you gonna fill my gas or not?
He coughs really loud again. And then he gets up. And he just sort of quietly walks out of the gas station. Meanwhile, while this whole transaction is happening, Wyatt, what are you grabbing? What are you doing?
I'm grabbing some snacks, and initially I was just gonna get the cashews, but I did see some bottle caps, and those are my absolute favorite because they're just compressed sugar. So I tossed 2 boxes of that in. There are no pixie sticks to grab, but there are the crazy straws, like the sugar straws that are covered in sugar. Gotta grab a couple of those. And and I grab a water. I think I was supposed to grab. No, I wasn't supposed to grab a water. I look for the Powerade, the Fanta. There absolutely isn't. But I grab a Coke. It's not a new Coke, but I grab a Coke and I take one of the Sharpies and I just write "new" on it, and I slide that in the bag. And as I'm like collecting just the various items, I also grab myself a little water just to stay hydrated. I get an extra just in case somebody needs it. And as I'm walking down the aisle, I pass by like the energy drinks and I walk entirely past them.
Mm.
And then I step back.
That's strength.
And I know I shouldn't, but I grab 4. I down 1 before I leave the building. I pay
Great.
for it. And so I
You just
walk
leave the
back
cash on
with
the
a big
counter?
bag of goodies and just, yeah, absolutely.
Great. Y'all walk out. Crag somehow has miraculously beaten you to the pump. He's already pumping gas in the car. He leans in the window, and he's actually, by the time you get out of the gas station, he's already mid-conversation with Penny and Hazel and Asher. And he's just like, where are y'all going? Where are y'all taking this trip from?
A cool place to teenage dreams.
I'm going to go collect dirt samples.
You're collecting dirt samples at the place of teenage dreams?
Yeah, for memories.
Penny, can you roll for charm for me?
Oh, yes, I can. That is just a 1. Penny is a very charming person. It's a 4.
Do you have anything? Nope.
I don't think so.
Crag looks at you. He like pokes his head into the window and he gets really close and he's like, you looking mighty nervous there, Penny. I can see your name on the tag on your backpack. Sorry. I see the name on the tag in your backpack.
I look at this man very sternly, and I say, "Well, you're not being really. No, you're acting like a creep."
Can you do a lead check?
Yes, I surely can, because that's not creepy at all. Just knows her name. All right. All right. Let's see. Oh my God. It's all 4s. And a 1.
That's what I rolled. Craig is very powerful.
Craig is powerful.
Craig
Jeez.
is the most powerful character we've ever had on this show.
He knows everybody's name.
He looks at you and he looks you dead in the eyes and he says, I'd watch insulting locals, Hazel. Y'all going up to that? He says, y'all going up to that cabin, ain't ya? Only people ever come to the gas station going up to that cabin.
You can't assume. Are we being detained? Are we being detained right now? Are we being detained? Because if not, I don't have to answer any of your questions. That is what I was told by my parents.
Penny, they're not law enforcement.
Yeah.
They're not law enforcement. He couldn't detain us.
Crag looks offended.
Acting like one.
Crag looks offended and he's like, no, I may be creepy, but a cab. And then he sticks his head out of the window and he's like, he just says, watch your backs. And he hobbles away just as and he's done making the gas. He puts it in. He looks at Wyatt and Onyx as they get back in the car and he just says, you get on your way. Gas is filled up. Enjoy your snacks. And then he walked into the gas station, leaving y'all in the car.
That was kind of weird.
Did he do anything?
We need to drive and get as far away from him as possible. No, but he knows our names, and I think he knows our scents.
I do kind of smell like, I like to smell like a a grove of peaches, so I guess I just leave a very memorable scent. That is kind of scary.
Did he say
I
anything?
neglected to mention that I got the air freshener, but I did get an air freshener.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Penny
Sorry, I
takes the
just
air
zoned
freshener
out.
and just sprays Asher in the face. Thank you so much.
When you spray him in the face, it sort of like wakes him out from like whatever trance he was in. He's like, "Whoa, sorry, I really went somewhere. Was somebody sticking their head in the car?"
No. Not even a little bit. Are you okay?
I think so. I'm kind of worried about my dog now.
I'm sure. What's your dog's name?
Scruff.
Penny, you know his dog's name, don't you?
My dog's name. Yeah,
Yes,
Penny.
I do.
Penny knows my dog's name. Penny walked my dog for one summer. What was my dog's name?
It's Trev.
Trev.
There's no way.
All right. I see what game you're playing.
It's a great name. Trev.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Hank and Trev are getting along just fine.
I think they are. And on that, Onyx kicks the car back into gear, and you drive just about like 30 more minutes through a winding road, sort of off the beaten path, through trees, until you pull up to the entrance to the cabin. It's a little strange, though. Oh, look, see, it's the Slasher Town logo and cabin.
We finally
you
made
pull
it.
up to. Finally, you pull up to what looks more like a compound than you expected. At the edge of the woods, sort of cutting through the woods, right at the edge of your car, are giant steel doors, at least 18 feet high, and a connecting steel fence. Like you can't even see through the fence. It's just like solid steel. And it loops all the way around in a perfect circle. It goes as far to the right as you can see that there's a curve in it, so it makes presumably some sort of closed loop. And there's a small panel next to the doors requesting an access code. It's a word, and Onyx types the word in, careful not to show anybody what the password is.
This is a very high security place you have here.
Yeah.
Must be a lot of bears.
So cool.
You can
So cool.
absolutely blame my uncle because he's kind of paranoid, so
Do we need the code to leave?
What'd you say?
Hazel, what?
Do we need the code to leave this place?
Oh no, you should be fine.
Okay, good. I just like to make sure I have enough exits.
Yeah, I mean, it stands to reason they're giving us a ride home anyway, so we're gonna be with them. Should be fine.
Awesome.
So cool.
Yeah, and like I guess if you guys need anything, just let me know. There's plenty of exits in case you need to like dip out or anything, but highly doubt you'll need them. So
I think we'll be fine.
Cool.
And as Onyx types in the passcode, sort of Jurassic Park style, the metal doors swing open, allowing the car to drive through. You drive through, and as you're driving through a smaller dirt path through the winding woods up to the cabin, you can hear the soft click of the doors as they close. And finally, you reach it, the cabin, and it is stunning. 2 stories, all made of wood, a mahogany, oak, a big front porch, and wood beams. 2 large windows that view inside. Onyx, you put the car in park, and I think immediately we open the doors to this car, and what do y'all do? How do we get out of this car?
I'm in the middle. Well, no, I'm not. I'm on the sides. I think Penny's in the middle. I open the door and I'm just kind of hoping that me moving from under the chair kind of shakes the chair enough so Asher like kind of falls back a little bit and startles up.
Uh,
And then I pull my mini suitcase out.
I shove Asher's face off my shoulder because he fell asleep on me and he started drooling on me, which is super, super gross. And I unbuckle myself and I fling myself out of the car to grab my things and get away from him.
The SUV is just high enough that I can like slide off and let my body slink down, and it's like a baby slide, and I enjoy just doing that. I reach back in, I'll grab my duffel bag, sling it over my shoulder, have the remainder of my snacks. I'll stuff my my energy drinks into my bag, and look up at this beautiful cabin in the woods.
And I just collectively get out of the car. I grab my little handbag that I have, um, and I shut the door behind me.
Fine. Y'all approach, suitcases in tow, very cinematic, all the way up to the big wood doors. Onyx, you stick the key in the lock. What does the key look like?
It's silver and it kind of has like a square shape, not like a usual key. And so I put it in and it makes like a beeping noise, and then I turn it and then it unlocks.
Yes. And the doors swing open to a gorgeous, gorgeous living room. But to the three of y'all did not expect this at all. But the living room does have a pretty distinct theme. And what's the theme, Onyx?
All American.
It's an all-American, decked out cabin. There's a beautiful HD TV in the wall that has the American flag like playing on it on the Netflix American flag 1 hour loop. A coffee table in a circle with pictures of every president sort of around the circle. It's a big coffee table. 2 couches, sort of rustic, Americana. One's blue with stars, right? Like American theater show curtains on the wall. That can cover the windows should you wanna close them, and a staircase. It's like an old school wood spiral staircase that leads up to a landing. You can see the landing. Oh no! Can you hear me? Okay. You can see from the landing beams. They all have little carvings of different U.S. states in the wood beams. From the landing, you can see onto it. But from the first floor, you can see that there's a hallway, sort of right when you enter. It goes entrance, living room, couches, staircase to the right, and then straight down a large hallway with about 4 doors, and you can see like what presumably is a kitchen and a screen door that leads onto the back the second that you enter.
So I don't think I don't think Onyx knew that their uncle did all of this. So I feel like when they walk in, they're just hit with like American pride and they're just like, what is going on? Like this is a mess. But they can't really do anything about it now. So
How does that make Onyx feel in relation to their newfound popular friends?
Definitely a little bit of embarrassment there, honestly. They kind of just want to start tearing things down, but they try to act as cool as possible.
Oh yeah, let's see a hint of how you recover.
Uh yeah, this is my cabin. You can make yourselves comfortable. There's snacks in the kitchen. The big food will come out a little bit later once everyone's here. But yeah, welcome.
That's a lot of flags.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even know flags could come in forms like this, like a remote control in the shape of a flag. Like, I don't know how it works, but that's you gotta admit the design is impressive.
Yeah.
Is that a bald eagle paper mache with American flags?
Yeah, they definitely look over and they're like, "Oh my
Asher.
god." Okay.
Asher sees the eagle and is immediately like, Hank?
Different birds. Wrong bird.
Oh, sorry. That's a creepy.
Yeah, Onyx is gonna walk over
Yeah.
to it and just take it down. They're definitely just gonna take it down. It's like, nope, we're not doing this. We're not doing this tonight. Nope.
And on that eagle down, a little note falls out of its mouth. It says, "To Onyx from Uncle Ren." It's like a little envelope.
And yeah, it definitely says, "Hey kiddo, I'm gonna be out for probably the weekend. Be careful, be safe. If you need anything, let me know." And he definitely wrote down his number at the bottom just in case. P.S. I went all out like you told me to. I hope you like it. I hope it's everything you dreamed of for your big bash. Love you, Uncle Ren.
And then it says on that note, it also says PPS. Working on some renovations at the house. And then in parentheses, LOL, America overload. So unfortunately, only 3 bedrooms are available. The other 2 don't even have a bed. There's 2 first floor and 1 on the second. Feel free to want. Also, left some goodies for you in the kitchen. Love you, my dears.
Okay. So Onyx puts the note away and they turn to the 3 of you and they say, "So, there are 2 bedrooms down here. There's 1 upstairs. It doesn't matter who sleeps where. Um, I can go get some blankets and some pillows when the time comes, but if you want to put your stuff in your rooms, then by all means you totally can."
Oh, wow. That's so cool. We get rooms.
Yeah.
We should go.
Yeah.
Let's go claim our space. Hopefully there's not a flag on it or something.
Yeah, let me know.
wonder where
Let me know if there is.
I wonder where I'm gonna sleep. And then y'all turn around. You see Annabeth. She is she's just a blonde girl with a ponytail, freckles on her face. She's in sort of like an oversized hoodie. She's a cool girl, and but she's like kind of forgettable. Oh, hey guys, it's me, Annabeth. I've been here the whole time. I was asleep in the back seat. I just have a tendency to sort of fade into the background, and that's kind of what like makes me pretty cool. Nobody really knows anything about me. So I'll volunteer to sleep in the living room. Y'all can take the bedrooms in whatever configuration you want. But I'll just sleep here because I'm like pretty easy. Like I'm pretty you guys didn't even notice me and I was here for like the whole drive. Crag was weird.
Oh,
I
wow. Huh.
I just, but also like, don't necessarily put that on us because I don't recall you saying anything. And if you were in the car before we got there, and you were asleep in the back, I feel like that's not on me.
I turned
Don't
to
put that on me.
Annabeth and I just kind of sidle over and I'm like, were you kidnapped? Are you okay?
No, my whole thing about being cool is that I'm so easygoing. Like I'm just sort of like go with the flow down for anything. So like people oft forget that I'm just like I'm just like chill in here. And then she goes over and she high fives Onyx and she's like, "Hey, so fun hanging so far."
Yeah. Remember when we talked about, making yourself known, especially when you're in my car, need to know these things.
Mhm.
Remember that?
Asher's like, Annabeth? Whoa, cool. Hey, welcome. Do you want to smoke? And then she's like, I've been smoking the whole time. Like we had a whole conversation and passed our joint back and forth in the car. That happened.
Wow, we missed a lot. You're also like a ghost of a person. Damn.
That's
Okay.
so great.
Thank
Did you
you.
know? Did you know that there was an X-Men who has a power almost exactly like yours? They called him Forget Me Not. His whole mutant ability is when people stopped looking at him, they would forget he existed. You're like a real Forget Me. You're a real X-Man.
Thanks.
Wow.
She like perks
Yeah,
up and she
you prove like
smiles and
yeah.
then she's like, so should we pick rooms? Since I claim living room?
Yeah, let's pick a room, everybody.
Okay, yeah, let's pick a room. I picked the room that doesn't have Asher in it.
Yeah, let's share a room, Penny.
I feel like
There's two
I feel
rooms
like
on the
that's
first
gonna be
floor and there's
my
one
room,
room on the
huh?
second. You on a bunk? You want a bunk?
I want to create a safe environment for my friends, and if that's what is required of me, then yes, that is exactly what I do. That is what I will do for my
Cool.
friends.
Can we pick the room on the second floor? Because I like to be high.
Get out. Get out. Get out.
What?
You think about what
Wait,
you've done.
What?
We deserve this
counter
because we
argument.
made this
If we
monster, but still.
We did. Yeah.
yeah, if we stay downstairs, you'll be closer to the kitchen, just like a Hufflepuff. And after you huff and you puff, you know you're gonna want to store in that fridge.
Oh, lead. Do a lead check for me, please.
Sure. Yeah, leading. That's fine. Hey.
Ooh, describe how that affects Asher. Your kitchen argument.
I think he like sees the door to the bedroom and sees the kitchen. Like it's just a quick, and then he does the mental math. Like looks at all the stairs leading up to the second story, and like the banister that goes around. And like even just looking up that far makes him a little tired. And he goes, and he would like agree with me after that, and then start walking to put his stuff in the downstairs bedroom.
Great. Yeah, he starts walking to go to room 1 of the downstairs bedroom, and you follow him. Y'all open up the door to the bedroom, and the room is painted almost entirely red. There's just a dresser and a bed and a large portrait of the 1800s of people tying a man with horns to a rock. And then there's a large mirror in the room. And it shares a room with a wall. It shares a wall with the room next to it, which is one of the rooms that says off limits on the door because it's being renovated. And yeah, and the painting's it's not like stuck to the wall, it's just hanging on the wall. But there's just the bed, the dresser, and that painting in this room. This is pretty rad.
Wow, this is artistic. You know, this is very artsy.
Is your uncle like a big anti-Satan guy or something? I don't get this picture.
I honestly have no idea where this picture came from. I wish I could tell you.
Huh.
Did your uncle pick a painting? Because, like, you know, one of my family members, I don't assign names, you know, they started picking a painting and they started just painting the weirdest things, and it's just, you know, it was a lot of things from their like id. They went to therapy.
Oh,
It was like this.
Don't
Maybe.
mind me. I'm just taking notes.
And then the conversation shifts quickly from the room to What room are the rest of y'all gonna take? Who's taking the upstairs room and who's taking the downstairs room? Let's hear a little bit of that
Hey-
debate.
Hazel, I think we have to take the room next to Wyatt's because I'm very worried that this painting might come alive and eat him.
You know, honestly, me like 2 weeks ago would have not believed that. But yeah, you're absolutely right. I won't offer up any argument. Let's just stick close. Yeah.
We'll take the room right next door. So we'll be right here. If you need anything, yell really loud, like super loud. Just yell out loud.
So loud. I'm a light sleeper.
Okay, so just to clarify, you want me to yell real loud like that?
Yeah. Yeah, like that. It was almost
Cool.
like for dogs. Like Trev could have heard that. Wow, that was really good.
So Hazel and Penny, you walk across. It's like the doors face each other to these two rooms. You go into the other room, and this room, your room, is entirely green. It's butterfly themed. There are little drawings of green butterflies everywhere. The bed is covered by a hanging mosquito net. And there's a weird sculpture. It's the body of a butterfly, but instead of wings, it's a bow, like a bow from a bow and arrow. No arrow, though. A bow with the bowstring facing down. And the butterfly body obviously drawn through the middle so that the bow looks like it's the butterfly's wings. There's no mirrors in the room, just the bed, a dresser, and that sculpture and the mosquito net over the bed.
This is
Oh,
fascinating.
Yeah, mosquitoes kind of get in here sometimes, so just try not to touch it.
I've got
Totally.
something for that.
Quick question. Does the bow and arrow work? Like, is it functional? Like, if I shoot it, will it work?
I
Just
mean,
curious.
if you take it off the wall and you
curious.
put the arrow in the bow, yeah, it works.
Okay. Oh, but yeah. So the butterfly is functional, you might say. Okay.
Yeah.
This is amazing. I
Okay.
wonder what species they pulled this inspiration from. Is this a North American species? So cool.
Do you think it can penetrate armor? I feel like it could penetrate armor if I get enough height. Sorry. Anyways, this room will do. Great.
Thank you.
Hazel, why don't you do a comprehend check?
Yes. Hazel will attempt to comprehend. That's actually, if I don't comprehend this, I'll be pretty disappointed, honestly.
Whoa.
All right.
Oh,
Somehow,
nice.
just 1 6.
You know exactly what kind of butterfly that is. What kind of butterfly is it?
I look at the patterns and I study it very, very closely. And this very, very recognizable, almost tiger stripes with the gray and the white, I have found a tiger, a swallowtail actually. No, not a tiger lily, a swallowtail butterfly. And it has that beautiful bow shape. I'm assuming this is on the sculpture itself. And it has that beautiful bow shape, and it has these gray and white tones and these beautiful stripes that come in almost pretty symmetrically. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Even the arrows match the colors as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It's a real thing of beauty. I bet I could do some real damage. Oh.
Am
Now
I gonna have to
look up.
take it
And
from the room?
Onyx, that means you get a room.
No, it's fine. It's good. It's good. I love it.
You get a cell on the second floor, and you go all by your lonesome up to that second floor room. And this room is it's entirely blue. It's got clouds painted on the ceiling and a large window that looks out onto a cute little creek outside in the back. The room has a painting of a man in a plane flying away from a burning town. And this room has a fun scent to it. What's the scent in this room?
It would probably be like a mix of lavender and something that's fruity.
A
So like passion
lavender
fruit or something.
fruity scent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And as you are smelling it, you see that it's coming from that scent is coming from a little vent that's in the ceiling of the room. And it just makes you think about these new 3 friends of yours. And how are you feeling about these new people you're trying to bring into your group?
I honestly think that they're not all bad. Um and it's sort of like a politics at school kind of thing as to why I've avoided them for so long. And it hasn't been malicious or anything, but they're slowly but surely starting to grow on me.
While they're going
And
through this, I've incessantly started describing this swallowtail butterfly, and I'm just passionately explaining it to Penny. I'm like, did you know that swallowtail butterflies practice Batesian mimicry, which means they try to mimic the predators in their environment so they scare away anything trying to eat it? It's so cool. And I just don't stop. I don't stop.
She's like that, and she's totally right. Butterflies are very cool. It's why the Department of Defense actually studies them, both as like part of camouflage and also like load bearing and migrationary patterns, and using, I don't know, maybe tracking and sonar and things on the earth to help guide missiles. Butterflies are great.
Swallowtails
super
are
cool.
everywhere except Antarctica. It's so cool.
And then we go to Wyatt and Asher's room, the red room, where Wyatt, what's going on there?
I think just haphazardly organizing. I've taken my sleeping bag and laid it out on the bed, so as to not have to worry about like messing up any sheets or doing anything like that. I've got my own pillow, and just kind of organizing, but literally only that. I don't unpack and like take my clothes and put them in drawers or anything. I live out of the bag while I am here. And I think I catch Asher just like staring up at the intricacies of this painting. Careful there. You're going to get lost.
Oh no, I was born lost and the rest is drag. You ever like look at a painting so hard you feel like you are it? I can't tell if I'm the rock, the devil, or the people.
Oh my god.
You're probably like the people observing the chaos, right? Because you're not the rock, you're not immovable, you're not the devil, you're not bad. You're not those people because you're not doing that. You're observing. You're impartial. You have the capacity to change, to grow, to develop, to learn. And if you look right over here, and he just points to the mirror, that's you.
Asher looks at himself, and he looks at you through the mirror. And then he says, I guess it's just the 4 of us. And right when he says that, he takes a sip from his new Coke, and you hear it in this room. You hear a loud and then Hazel and Penny, you hear it from your room. You hear it sounds like it's coming from the kitchen. You hear and Onyx, you hear in your room, you hear sounds like it's coming from below you. You all hear it at the same time. Onyx, let's go to you. What's the first thing you do?
So I'm assuming that my suitcase was probably already there, and then as I'm packing, I hear this noise, and I go downstairs, and I'm gonna go to Hazel and Penny's room and knock. Um, did y'all hear that?
Yeah, that was a really strange noise I haven't
yeah.
identified yet.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's like a cross between a Pokemon and also a buzzer. It was very interesting.
Yeah, I've never heard that sound before. But are you both like getting acquainted with the room and the cabin and stuff like that?
Oh, these butterflies are
Oh,
immaculate.
yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. And Penny's just gently stroking the bow of the butterfly weapons. Like it's really lovely. Thank you so much for inviting us to your home. Mm-hmm.
I'm deep in my
Yeah, of
notebook going,
course.
did you know butterflies? And I'm just whispering facts to myself.
Wyatt, what do you do when you hear that sound?
I assume one of two things. Either the fridge door was left open or the gate has opened. So I'll make my way to the kitchen to inspect the first of my theories before looking out the window
Great.
to gather whether the second is true.
Great. So you step out of the door and you see in the entryway, as soon as you step out, Onyx talking to Penny and Hazel.
Was that sound fridge or gate?
We're
Or
not
just
sure.
Fire
right
alarm?
when you open the door, you just see them.
Yeah, we're not sure.
Is it the fridge? I'll go over to the fridge and inspect.
Ooh.
I'll follow.
Same.
Same.
Love scoping out people's fridges.
Asher follows behind you. You get to the kitchen, and the kitchen it's nice. It feels very much like a country kitchen. It's also in this American theme, maybe a little lighter because it's just sort of like contemporary kitchen. A little wood sign over the cabinets that says the best way through the heart is through the throat. And there's a stove with 4 burners, a fancy knife set,
Oh my God.
pots and pans. And on the kitchen island, there's a whole selection of alcohol. There's a whole slew of alcohol and a whole slew of fireworks, sparklers, bottle rockets, little tiny firecrackers, and one launcher with 5 mortars, like one of those, I don't know exactly what to call the thing that you plant on the ground. And you put the little firework balls into it. But that's actually not and there's a note that says like 4 friends love Uncle Ren. But to the left, there's a door that looks like it goes down to the basement, and the door has swung open, and that's the thing that's been beeping. It's instantly clear. You see a little like light blinking on the side of it that's still going softly. Boop, boop, boop. And through that door, there's a light bulb that lights a staircase that just is going straight down into this basement, presumably.
So
Wow, this is yeah, it is. It is the new Miller Lite flavor Bruce Springsteen apparently. Wow. Your uncle's really into America.
yeah, he really is.
That's a lot.
This can just says taste the boss? Huh.
Yeah, it's right next to a can of Bob Dylan. Wow, they're really going all out on this theme.
This is
Yeah, I did
amazing.
not.
This can just says, give it out, him and you, wouldn't you? That's crazy that they wrote all that out on this can.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, help yourselves. I'm gonna go check out the basement door. I don't know why it's open.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to sleep if I don't also go to find out what's going on down there.
I
Just
try to get
personally.
a soda, and it's like buried behind a pile of like VHS copies of American Pie.
Yeah, that fits the American theme.
Yep. Oh.
Oh
So-
God.
So Hazel, you grab a soda, yeah?
I try to grab a soda. Yeah. It's just, I'm
I-
in
you get a
shock right
soda.
now.
You get a soda.
Trying to grab something
You
familiar.
crack it open. Yeah, you crack it open. You take a sip. Wait, did anybody else grab the? Did Penny? I might have missed it. Did you grab the Bruce Springsteen drink, or did you just observe it?
I grabbed it. I also took a firework and put it in my pocket very slyly, just to have. case.
Oh, great. And y'all, are we following Onyx into the basement, or are we chilling?
Yes. I'm following Onyx.
Yes, going out of the basement for sure. But I don't see anything that tickles my fancy at the table, so I'll go ahead and grab an energy drink. And I don't know if I specified which one, but I'm going to now, and it's Mountain Dew Surge.
Yes, yes, it is. You take a sip of your Mountain Dew Surge, and y'all walk into the basement. And Onyx, since you're leading it, I'm gonna go with you first. Onyx, as you're walking down, you have this strange sensation as you're walking down in the basement. Your mind sort of keeps drifting to Hazel. It's not necessarily romantic. It's not necessarily a fantasy. You just find your thoughts, no matter how hard you try to focus on getting down into the basement, your thoughts keep going to Hazel. And as you step into the basement, it's lit, and all of you kind of see it at the same time because you know you're not walking too far behind each other. You come in and you see it's a room of like random objects that are just spread out on a shelf. The objects are they're sort of scattered all about in different corners of the room. I won't tell you exactly where. We'll figure it out as we go. But you see instantly under one light an old leather-bound diary that looks like it must be like 100 years old. And then you see a cute little box with ballet slippers and a Degas painting on it. It's painted in a Degas style. And then you see like a small Rubik's Cube, but it's ball-shaped. And then you see a baby doll in another light. All of these have like their own little light above it. A baby doll with arms and legs not connected. They look also very old. And then you see a money tree in a light with a little water pail next to it. And in another light, you see a necklace with a long tooth on it. And then the last thing you see, also isolated in its own light, is a sack, like a potato bag sack, but you can't quite see what's in it. Those are the each
Can I
one
just-
of those isolated in its own
Can you
light.
just run through the whole list again real quick in case I
Yes.
miss anything?
Yeah,
I
there's
got
seven.
it.
There's a leather. I'll do it the quick version. There's a leather-bound
Yes.
diary, a little box with ballet slippers and a Degas painting on it, a small Rubik's Cube type of thing, a baby doll with arms and legs not attached, a money tree, a tooth necklace, and a like potato sack. Each
I
one
get-
in its own light.
Man,
I observed the Rubik's circle sphere.
You
what? Yeah.
Da, 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 da.
Onyx,
ahead.
you were the first one. You were the first one that got down there. So let's put the action on you. Onyx, what's the first thing you do when you see all of these objects?
Did I have any prior knowledge of these objects at all?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Uncle's never
So-
mentioned this basement to you.
Okay. So I'm going to go to the one that kind of appeals to me the most, and that's going to be the baby doll. For some reason, I'm drawn to that. And I'm going
Yeah.
to kind of examine it
You
to
see-
see if there's anything else about it.
Great. Let's can you do a roll for me? Can you do
Yep.
an investigation check for me?
Yeah. Oh, sweet.
Oh, cool. Can you just describe this baby doll in a little more detail? What do you see in this baby doll?
Yeah, so it's like a porcelain doll. It looks a little bit older, like it's from like the 70s or the 80s or something like that. And it has on like a white dress with light blue trimmings on it. And I feel like there's like one eye missing and the other one is like
Hmm.
half closed or something. And there seems to be like scratches on it of some sort. Um,
Fine.
yeah, and the limbs are kind of just laying at the sides of it.
Yeah, the limbs are not connected to this doll.
Mhm.
As you're holding it, do you do anything with it? Do you turn it around? Do you shake it or anything?
Yeah, I'll turn it around to see if there's anything like on the back, if it's like electronic or something.
It's not electronic. It's just a simple doll. While that's happening, we'll go to Penny. Penny, where do you go in this room? What catches your eye?
Not the doll for sure. I Penny walks to the ballet shoes and just like gently
Hmm.
picks them up.
When you pick them up, you see that it's connected to the box, and it opens the box. So it opens this box up, and there's a small little ballerina dancer on the box, and a little crank next to her. And you see your reflection in the back of the box in a mirror that's been pulled up.
Can I like wind it and
You
like
can
like the
totally
music box?
you can totally
Okay,
wind
I'm
it.
gonna wind it and just like, oh,
Great.
I wonder what could happen. Okay.
You wind it, and it starts playing a melody. A melody that, Penny, it sounds really familiar to you. Can you do a little of the melody that you hear coming from this box?
Uh da 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 da. You can't DMC me A for this. That's what it sounds
Great.
like.
Um, and while that's happening, Wyatt, what do you do?
I see these figures and these items that look a little creepy and chaotic, and I don't want anything to do with those. But I do notice that there is an unattended plant that probably could use a little bit of water. So I will go to the money tree, and I will attempt to nourish it here in the dark.
Great. What are you nourishing it with?
If there's not a water pail, I'm gonna pour some surge into that motherfucker.
There is a water pail, but I want to kind of remove it so that you can put some surge into this plant.
I'll pour it, and it's like there are only a couple drops, and so I'll just dump the surge in.
Great. Can you roll a? Can you do a tinker check for me?
Yeah, I'm. And one thing you gotta know about Wyatt, he's real good at tinkering.
You do have a reroll.
Plants
Yeah,
actually
I
do
do have a
very
reroll,
well.
and it feels like I want whatever this is to work, so I will reroll. That is one success.
Hey.
Great. What happens to the plant when you reroll?
It's probably a trick of the light. Like, it couldn't possibly be that when I poured Mountain Dew Surge into this, electricity actually sparked over and like rippled over the leaves. That has to be a hallucination. And then I look at the surge, I look at it, and then I just take another huge swig. Like, I want that to happen to me. I want electricity to course off my body. I want to be a superhero. I want to be a superhero plant, man, guy.
And then Chelsea, I don't know who Chelsea is actually. And then Hazel, what are you drawn to?
I definitely approach the Rubik's sphere, when I can speak, and I observe it because it triggers my curiosity. It's perplexing.
Yeah.
I try to solve it.
Ooh, that's a program check for sure.
Absolutely. Let's try to program this bad boy and see if we got what it takes. 2 6s.
Yes. Okay. What happens as you click it?
I pick this up and you guys see me just suddenly just sit down like real fast, like gravity just intensified, and it's kind of scary. Like the air around me, it starts to like kind of darken, and I'm just getting more and more hunched over, and I finally just click. I'm like, I solved it, and I put it back where it was, and I just kind of sit there and admire it. Really proud of that.
Amazing.
Perfectly.
And
Yeah.
so yeah, a weird thing happens the second that you click it. You click the device or the thing. It clicks perfectly into form. At the same time that happens is the same time that the electricity sparked from the tree. At the same time that was happening, uh the box that you were winding, Penny, before you got to the end of Happy Birthday of the song that was playing, the box just slams shut of its own accord. And when you were holding the doll, Onyx, the doll that you were holding just shatters into a million pieces in your hand. But the orb and the tree both sort of spark up briefly, and you all feel a chill creep down your neck. It's like goosebumps. It's like a weird, strange feeling. It feels like it comes from beyond. And Hazel, for you, for some reason, we're not exactly sure why, but you reveal some sort of secret you've been keeping for a long time. Some personal secret, not connected to this night or anything. Just something from inside you just sort of comes straight out of your mouth. Some secret. What do you say?
I really actually like Asher's style, and I think he's kind of cool. Oh, y'all heard that, didn't y'all?
And then from behind you, you hear, "Oh my god, that was a juicy secret!" And you see that you don't even remember what her name is, but you see that Annabeth has been in this room with y'all the whole time, and she's like, "Whoa." And she's like, I didn't want to touch any of the objects. I didn't want to like disturb anything. And as that secret comes out, you hear ding dong from the doorbell from the front door.
We should answer that. Onyx, were you expecting guests?
No, actually. I can go answer that really quick. So I'm gonna run upstairs.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Onyx, do you run
Hey,
upstairs? Do y'all follow or do you stay in the basement?
I'll follow.
Great.
I'll follow too. I'm not going to stay down here. But I will leave a longing
Um,
glance at my Rubik's sphere.
I'm gonna follow Hazel, and as I'm following Hazel from behind, I'm gonna be like, "Wait, so you admire Asher? We need to talk about this, like, a lot."
Okay, Penny, I just, honestly, it wasn't even a big deal. I just think the guy's a little, cool, just a little. I mean, yes, he stinks really loud, but he's just so chill. He's so carefree, and I don't know. Let's talk about this later.
Why? Okay, I'm just saying why it's cool and carefree, and he doesn't smell like an ashtray meets the wood chipper meets a skunk. So I'm just saying, just thoughts. What a fun time we're having being popular.
I give Penny a look, and I just go up the steps.
So while that conversation was taking place, Onyx and Wyatt, y'all already sort of made it to the door. And Onyx, do you open the door? How are we feeling about the door? It's your house, so it's your choice.
Yeah,
the doorbell rings again. Ding dong.
I'm gonna look through the peephole to see what's going on. What's going on out there? And what exactly do I see?
You see a man in a Domino's hat and outfit holding a stack of 5 pizzas.
Okay. So I slowly open the door and I'm like, "Hi. Pizza, yeah, great. Thank you. Do you need like cash or Was it already paid for or what?
Oh no. This pizza was already paid for. And he hands you the stack and he's like, a gift from Uncle Ren.
Okay. Thank you. Here's a tip, and they pull out like a $10 bill.
10 great. A tip for me?
Yes.
He tenderly this man just tenderly grabs the bill and he very tenderly puts it in his pocket. And then he says and he walks away at he just starts to walk away.
So
That guy took that tip like Dobby taking a sock. That was weird.
yeah, that was really weird. I don't know what that was about. So do you guys want pizza?
Yes. Is
I
it
want
pineapple, ham,
pizza.
and jalapeno?
I don't
That's my
know.
favorite.
My uncle ordered it, so you're gonna have to look.
Gosh, I hope so. I love pineapple, ham, and jalapeno. You kidding me?
Are you
It's
guys-
Hawaiian with a little bit of that spice. Yes.
I look at both of their eyes and I'm like, did you guys get contact high? That's like a munchies request. And I'm just checking to make sure that they're good.
Asher steps out of his room and he almost bumps into you, Hazel, and he's like, whoa, is that pizza? I could really go for pizza right now. And he looks you in the eyes and he's like, hi, Hazel.
Hi, Asher. Yeah, we just got pizza. It's pineapple, jalapeno, and I look over at Penny and I'm like, what's the third one?
Ham. It's ham. I love ham.
Ham. It's ham. Do you like ham? And like when I say do I like ham, I like cringe at me saying do I like ham? Just inside.
Let's check in this moment. Let's check in with Wyatt. Where's Wyatt? How does Wyatt feel about all of this happening?
I genuinely believe Wyatt is distracted by the volume of pizza in front of him and is not picking up on the social interaction that's happening and is lost in the sauce. You know what I mean? He's just he like immediately flings several open. So you got your like your cheese deluxe, you got your vegetarian, and you got your like barbecue chicken, and you got your Hawaiian with jalapeno. And then you got your like meat lover supreme at the very end. It's just like a great smorgasbord, and he is already like, I don't think he put it on a plate. I think he just full handed a slice out to Penny and has already begun consuming one himself.
Oh, great. He's eating his pizza. In that awkward interaction, y'all move to get pizza. Everyone's eating pizza, and then sort of. The next thing you know, time has sort of moved forward without y'all really being aware of the amount of time that's moved forward. It's now like 1:30 in the morning, just like 9 p.m. when the pizza arrived. That had just happened, and y'all look at the clocks on your phones, on the various phones, and you see that it's 1:30 in the morning, and Asher's like, "Whoa, 1:30 in the morning, kind of strange." Yeah.
I look back at
What?
everybody else. I'm like, I guess it's time to hit the hay. I'm getting a little tired.
That's so
Yeah, we got a
weird.
big day tomorrow, so let's pack it in. And Wyatt will like start boxing up the pizza and sticking it in the fridge.
Mhm. Sweet, very good, very good.
Uh,
Asher pulled
yeah,
a joint
and-
out of his bag. And, oh yeah, Penny, you go.
Penny cracked open the Boss IPA, Bruce Springsteen flavored, and drank it all, and is now like is quite drunk actually. It was a very strong, like it was like double hopped. It was incredibly strong. So she's like, "Yeah, let's go to bed. We're gonna go to the butterfly. Watch it."
And Penny,
I
right
sprayed.
after you say go to
I spray
right after
Penny.
right after you say that, Right after you say that, let's go to bed. Then, before you can even like realize what you're saying, you say a sort of secret that you've been keeping for a long time. It just sort of blurts out. It doesn't have to be connected to anything. It's just a secret that comes straight out, flying out of your mouth.
One of my legs is longer than the other, and I don't like telling people about it because I think they think that I'm not as good of a cheerleader. And I just needed you guys to know that I don't think it stops me. I think it makes me stronger.
After I finish spraying Penny, I hug Penny so hard. And I say,
Penny immediately bursts into tears.
and I tell Penny, I would have never noticed until you said it.
You,
Absolutely. Absolutely. You're a great cheerleader, Penny. She'll never hold you back. And I'm just patting her back. And we're gonna walk towards the bedroom because it's just embarrassing.
okay.
We start
And
hobbling
as you
back.
walk towards the bedroom, Asher pulls a joint out of his pocket and he's like, I'm gonna go smoke on the back patio, just like a last one before bedsies. Anybody wanna come with? You don't gotta smoke. It's just like about keeping me company.
I will make sure Penny gets to bed first. I'll catch you if you're still awake later.
Hazel, if you
all right.
want to go, you should go. Like, cause like we're young, and if going is where you are, then I support the flow.
Okay, Penny, we're just gonna focus on going to bed, okay? So let's go. Come on. I take Penny.
I assume Annabeth is or will be there, but not taking her into account. Wyatt will be like, "Yeah, you shouldn't be alone. That's fine. I'll come with."
Thanks, dude. Onyx, you good? Or you bed or you come?
I'm just gonna probably clean up the kitchen a little bit, so I'll be in like earshot if anything weird happens.
I mean, it was always a weird time with Asher moans. And then Asher walks out toward the back patio, and Wyatt, you go follow him.
Yeah, and I think
and-
like I'm gonna let him go. And I just wanted to mention to Onyx before I headed out. Hey, Onyx, I just wanted to say thanks for inviting us along this weekend driving, and you know you're doing a lot, and then I see it and I appreciate it. It's really cool, and I'm excited to get to know you better while we're out here.
Yeah, no problem. It's the least I can do. But don't get
Cool.
used to it, though.
Okay.
Onyx, can you do a contact check for me?
Yeah. Oh no.
Wow. Nothing? You do have you had an added die. You have an added die if you want to roll one last die.
Okay.
Oh, it went away. Oh no.
Oh, okay.
No. I think Wyatt's heartfelt comments, they don't quite thaw your icy exterior. In fact, you kind of like you begin to feel a little bit of regret that this might turn into a sappy weekend when it was supposed to be a fun party weekend. But before Wyatt can see that land on you, Wyatt's with Asher outside, and Asher's smoking a joint, and he's steps a little bit off the patio, and he looks at you, Wyatt, and he's like, you know, I really feel like you and I are becoming like really good pals.
Yep, the fastest of friends.
You really think so?
I don't know, man. I've only got a couple friends, so I don't know how making friends is supposed to go or what it looks like. It feels different for everybody. Most of my closest friends have been through like trauma bonding, and it's if this is what it's like outside of that, that's it's a nicer, more gradual experience. But like, hey, what does it feel like when you smoke?
What it feels like when I smoke is like I'm becoming one with the trees. And when I feel like I'm becoming one with the trees, do you want to try it? Do you want to try being one with the trees? And he offers you his joint, his lit joint.
I just feel like I want to know what it's like to be a tree.
You grab the joint, and he's like, and Asher's like, yeah, aren't we all just trying to find out what it's like to be a, and then on the word tree, he just goes, whoa! And you look down, and it's kind of odd what you're looking at. But it looks like a tree branch has speared Asher through the back. And there's now just like a full tree branch sticking through his stomach. And he's like, whoa! And he looks up at you, and there is just like sheer terror in his eyes as blood starts gushing out of his mouth, and the tree branch just begins to snake out more and more and more from his stomach, reaching toward you, Wyatt, almost as if it was a hand. 3 little prongs on the branch are sticking out as the branch is getting thicker, and so it's pushing Asher's insides out further and further from his stomach.
I still have the joint in my hand. I go, I'm sorry, and I tried to give the weed back to the tree.
Oh my god!
Can you roll a let's roll for that. Let's roll a tinker check, but let's do a +1 because you have a joint.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers.
Hey, 2 successes.
Yes. What happens when you hand the joint to this tree?
I think it's like 3-pronged, and it's reaching out and like writhing and coming towards me. And as it like snaps, I just kind of gently place the joint in there and go, I don't know. And then I'll like scramble back up against the door and like fumble for it. And as I open the door, I like fall back into the room and say, a tree, he's a tree now.
What?
And while at the same time that's happening, the tree grabs the joint and it hoists up, and you see Asher just fully lift up off the ground, now his arms dangling by his side. Asher is very clearly dead as a giant tree steps forward, almost like with a mind of its own, its branches swaying, now Asher caught in it. It's like a massive spirally oak tree that is stepping toward the house. But simultaneous with that, you step back into the kitchen, and can you scream that one more time for us?
He's a tree now!
Onyx, you're in the kitchen. So what you see him come in and hear he's a tree now, and what do you do?
Is Asher high again?
Yes, and also probably for the last time.
Wait, what do you mean?
Just look outside. And I'll like scramble, and I'll trip over Annabeth, who's like laying down on the couch, and like fall over it.
Oh, sorry, was I in the way?
And I'll just point outside screaming.
Annabeth gets up and she's like, what is going on? Meanwhile, let's go to Penny and Hazel. Hazel, you're tucking Penny into bed, I presume. You're helping Penny get into bed.
Yes.
And what are you saying? What's going on here?
Okay, Penny. I'm gonna wait for you to go to
Mhm.
sleep. So I know for a fact you won't take these bows off of the wall. All right? So
I won't. I won't. I would never. I don't see weapons. Okay, I don't even.
so
They're not even here.
so Penny has like hospital tucked this bed. So I mean Hazel has like hospital quarter tucked this bed so Penny can't move. So the bed is taut, like you're swaddled in there. And I'm like, are you sure about that, Penny? Because, I saw you looking earlier and you had your eyes just full of excitement. It was full of wonder. So I don't trust you. I was just,
No wonder. No wonder. I'm. It's like a baby. I'm like just tucked. Wow.
I hope it puts you to sleep real quick, okay? You want a story? You want a bedtime lullaby or are you good?
Yes. Yeah. I want a story because Hazel, you're actually the coolest person I know.
Aw.
And
I,
Penny
I, I
just
take
kind
that.
of is just so drunk.
I take that to heart.
And
I take that to heart. I want it to
Hazel,
be
you're
where I
you're
begin my unless Penny doesn't want to go to sleep. I want to hear that, and then I want to begin my story on these African like ants and like the history of their species, and I just want Penny to go straight to sleep.
yeah, Penny's Penny's going straight to sleep. Penny's going straight to sleep, and you're telling the story about these African ants, but then weirdly another like deep confessional truth from inside you just blurts straight out of your mouth, and you just almost scream a confession at Penny. What do you say?
Oh my gosh. When I was a kid, I really loved the ant from Bugs Life. Like really loved the ant from Bugs Life. I guess they was like Flick or
Yeah,
something.
man.
And,
Yeah.
and Penny,
Yeah.
that wakes you up. But your response also doesn't quite make sense. Your response that you say to her is also just a deep truth,
Flick.
some weird confession from deep within you. How do you respond? With what unconnected deep truth?
Oh, unconnected deep truth. Okay. That's okay. My first crush was the peach from James and the Giant Peach. I don't want to examine it.
Oh,
It's really succulent.
And then
It's really
Hazel,
soft.
your response is another deep truth from within you, another deep embarrassing confession.
oh my God. Oh man. One time I tried to make a full size what do they call those things? I made a full size waifu pillow of Flick from Bugs Life. I slept with him for 2 years.
And then
Wow.
Hazel, can you do a comprehend check for me? Can you do a comprehend check?
Yes. 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 Oh my God. Okay. What is going on, bro? 3 sixes.
Ooh.
Wow.
Okay. You say this last truth, and then you begin to realize that you're not in control of the shit that's coming out of your mouth right now. You just can't help but be 100% honest 100% of the time in this moment. It's this strange realization that comes over you all of a sudden.
I cover my mouth and I cover Penny's mouth. And I'm like this.
And
Mhm.
and because you rolled 3 6s, we'll take it a step further. You grab the drink that Penny and you have been drinking from all night. This seltzer, this Bruce Springsteen drink, and the label slides right off when you do it. And in the can, it says truth serum.
So because I'm Hazel, I pull out some tape and I tape our mouths from my bag that I have. And I show, I kind of like smack Penny's face just a little bit to kind of sober her up just a little. And I show her the bottle and I point to truth serum. And
Wow. Oh.
And right as you make that realization, you hear the sound of clattering from the kitchen, and you hear the faint cry of Wyatt saying,
He's gonna be in here any second.
I look back and
not he's one with the tree.
oh, he's a tree now.
Sorry. He's a tree now. I thought we were advancing it, but that's fine.
We are advancing it. You just did it.
So
You hear the sound of Wyatt screaming.
I undo the hospital corners. I can't leave Penny like this. And I tell Penny to get up. And I don't know why, but I'm just gonna leave my mouth taped for now, and because this is just really embarrassing to me. Like I didn't need anybody knowing that I had Flick as like a life-size pillow for like years. So I'll keep it on, and I'll try to take Penny with me, and we'll run to the sound.
So does Penny still have tape on her mouth, or did you take that off?
You can take it off if you want. I just
whatever
have
you
it on
want
for me. Yeah.
Okay. Penny's gonna rip it off the tape. She's gonna like drunkenly follow Hazel, and before she leaves the room, she pauses, and then she takes down the bow from the side of the wall and caresses it, and is like, I was like, I'm born to run. Let's go.
I look back and I just kind of just, and I put it on. I put it on Penny's back,
And
then I pull her with me.
you leave the bedroom, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
You open the door to the bedroom, and immediately to your right, you see breaking into the kitchen this massive tree with a dead Asher now just sort of completely falling apart, blood kind of all over the place as he's smashing through the kitchen window on the branches of this tree. And Onyx, what are you doing here now that this tree is clambering into the kitchen?
I'm running. I am like I don't wait for nobody. I don't look for anybody. I'm just running.
Amazing. You start to sprint off toward. In what direction are you running? Like toward the living, away from the kitchen. I'm
Yeah,
assuming.
like towards the living room. Yeah.
Great. You run toward the living room where, and you breeze right past Hazel and Penny. Where Wyatt, you're in the living room. What are you doing in this living room?
I guess I'm trying to figure out how best to approach defeating this thing, this creature. Obviously, fire is the way to go, but we are in a log cabin, so that might be out. So thinking of alternatives to that, and I'm a little stumped at the moment. I'm trying to get to the root of this issue and struggling. Okay.
Right.
Hopefully
we can branch out with our thoughts.
Why don't you roll an investigation check?
Yeah, we wouldn't
Hell
want to bark
yeah.
up the wrong tree.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna add a die for this one because I only have a 1 for investigation, so I'll roll 2. Not good
Fine.
enough.
You're frantically looking around for things, and all that you see is an empty fireplace and the taken down sculpture of the bald eagle, and Annabeth, who's just sort of like, "Oh, sorry, I'm not being helpful."
It's okay, Annabeth. This situation is nuts.
And the tree continues to crush in. It's now like busting through this kitchen. And Hazel and Penny, you now see a tree with your dead friend Asher dangling from it. It's an oak tree, FearHQ. It is a massive oak tree that's like stretching in.
Asher! Oh no! And I'm kind of hurt about this. But I straighten up and I take Penny and we try to get away from it. But I shed a few tears of shock.
Penny doesn't register at all that Asher's dead. All she has seen is this giant tree, and she's like, "You guys, there's like a tree, and it's like big." And maybe this is just the Springsteen, but I think we should strap all the rockets to it, set it on fire, and launch it up into the sky. What do you guys think?
I look at Penny and I look at the fireworks and I yell, "Everyone, Penny had an amazing idea, help!" And I try to get them back to the kitchen. We gotta get the fireworks! I let go of Penny and I start looking through my bag for a lighter or something in the kitchen to light these fireworks with.
Yeah, mind you,
Penny
the
falls down
tree
immediately.
is in this kitchen. Penny falls down. So y'all are sprinting into the kitchen where this tree is coming in. Yeah.
Yes, we're going to attach fireworks to it to launch it away from us outside.
Well, I say if I see Wyatt, I'll say it's probably best just to set them off, period. We could just toss them that way. But yeah, it'll at least start some fire, something. 'Cause there's like piles of it, right?
Yeah, I mean, on the kitchen island, there's a bunch of booze and fireworks.
Excellent.
Yes.
I tell Penny, I say, "Penny, get up, get the alcohol, start dousing everything with it." Or something.
Oh, are we burning everything down? Oh, I like this part. This is the fun part.
I don't know
of
where
our drama.
Onyx is. I would ask for permission, but this seems like an emergency.
So I think
Let's
Onyx, where
let's
are
try to
you?
get. Oh, sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say, I feel like as soon as they heard Hazel scream, they kind of like stop at the front door. They look back at the situation and they're like, "Oh my god, okay." And then they turn back around and they head to the kitchen to help.
Great. So now you're all sort of in the hallway facing this kitchen, right? And Wyatt, what were you about to say?
I was just gonna say, not everything just hit the tree. Because we don't want to burn down the cabin. We want to burn down the tree. So if we can
Guys,
douse it or attach fireworks to it and then lead it outside, and then light that piece of shit on fire.
yeah, it's like Mulan, like at the end of the movie where they shoot the dude into the sky. You are my dragon. I think Wyatt is the cricket. And Penny's just continuously saying nonsense as she's like grabbing all of the fireworks she can and running towards the tree.
Does that make
Yeah,
me
I'm
the
gonna
horse?
like.
You gotta do Penny, because you're the one grabbing the fireworks and running toward this tree. You've got to do a move check for me, please, Penny.
You got it. Let's do
God.
a quick move check. I only have 3 in body, so baby. That did not work.
Somebody please help Penny in chat.
You go to grab the fireworks off the thing, but you are too drunk. You just absolutely run toward the table, but you slam into it with your body and you scatter the fireworks across the floor because you ran too hard, too fast. And the tree looks down at you, and the tree stretches one branch up, and it wraps its branch around your wrist.
Oh no.
Hazel,
so
what do you
Penny
do
is just
when you see this?
Oh, I see this happen,
yeah.
right? Do I find the thing that lights, fires? Do I find something to start a fire?
Yeah, I think when the fireworks scatter from Penny, I think a little lighter also like scatters. But all of this is like in the kitchen. You got to get into that kitchen in order to get.
I get in the
stuff.
kitchen. I should have been in the kitchen before Penny because I dropped her and ran in to look for stuff. So if Penny,
Oh, that's true. So you're in there.
let's
Yeah,
say
you're
I'm in there, and then I'll start trying to pick it up, and I want to. I just want to set this thing on fire at the very least and try to get it to release Penny.
Great. It's lifting up Penny. You're gonna try to light this thing on fire. Can you roll a? Let's do a program check.
Yeah, let me make a
Let's do a program check. Let's see if you can. Yeah.
Oh God. Okay. Yes. 1-6.
All right. What do you do?
I rip whatever is like I just rip something off of my shirt, whatever cloth I have on my shirt, or I grab. Are there like rags hanging on like the oven or something? I'd rather do that instead. If there are rags on the oven,
There are rags in the oven, but yeah, I'll give it to you because you rolled a 6. Yeah, there are rags on the oven.
I rip like the cap off of this or I pull this cap off of the vodka and I stuff it with this rag, and I'm gonna try to light that and throw it at the tree, away from Penny's body, but intersecting with the branch that's holding it.
So you're lighting the alcohol. So all the fireworks are scattered on the ground, and you're lighting the alcohol on fire and throwing it at the tree.
Yes. Wish
Great.
us luck.
I just you throw it at the tree, and it's a Molotov cocktail. It lights successfully. It hits this tree. The tree is sort of alight on its trunk from the alcohol, and there's definitely like a controlled fire on the tree, but it's not quite catching on the rest of the tree. It's just where the liquor lit, but it's a thick tree. It's going to take more. It instantly becomes clear to you that it's going to take more firepower. But now this tree is like lightly on fire. It does successfully drop Penny from its wrist, and it's sort of like patting itself out with its branch hand, and it's hitting all the lights. It's just shattering everything in this cabin. Wyatt and Onyx, what are you doing?
I want to distract it and move it outside by flinging cans of the boss sauce, which is the beer, at it.
Great. Can you do a can you describe how you're gonna fling the cans of the sauce?
I'm doing that to get its attention, and then I'm like scooting back towards the door and like leaping out of the way of its swings if I can get its attention.
Great.
Trying to get it outside so the house doesn't burn down.
Amazing. You go to do that, and you're gonna do a move roll for me, but or not a move roll. Actually, we'll make that a move roll. But something strange happens when you go to do it. You go to grab the can, you wind back, and then your body feels a little bit tired, and your stomach feels a little bit sick, and you instantly recognize it as the Mountain Dew that you've been drinking. There's something about it, and so you're gonna roll a move, but you're gonna roll a move -1.
Got it. Oh no, the surge is betraying me. And then I'll throw. That is a 6 with 2 1s.
Oh, amazing. Well, the six nullifies. So what do you do? How does this work?
I think I like hit it once, and it like I don't know if it has a mouth, but it like sticks and sprays on part of its surface, and maybe even it puts out a little bit of the fire, so it looks up towards me and wants more of that liquid, and like starts swiping and
The whole
slashing.
of the tree,
But
for
I
sure.
like. I'll lean back and swing a coat rack in between us. It like rips the coat rack and throws it across the room. I'll hide behind the door as it smashes through, splintering part of it, tears the door off of its hinges, and then follows me out onto the porch and like down outside, maybe like 10 or 15 feet away from the house. Still very much in
Heroic.
view of everybody, but I am now outside alone.
You're outside alone behind the tree. Tree turns to face you. Its branches are surging. You three in the kitchen, you see this tree turn around and face Wyatt. What do the three of you do?
Penny is gonna pick herself up from the ground and just be like, okay. And in her drunken state, she's going to grab as many fireworks as possible and tie them to the arrow on the bow and strap it together to create the weapon for Mulan, basically, the mushu of it, and aim it at the tree and fire after lighting it.
Great.
I will probably have to roll for this.
You will absolutely have to roll for this. We're gonna do I think it's a tinker check, but we're gonna do a +2 for you because you have the firepower and the bow. And the distraction worked. Oh, and you have a reroll. That's fun.
2.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
2 6s.
Just
Yes.
go ahead and describe this in your drunken state.
As she is like grabbing it, Penny's just like, and you know, I think that like being cool is like not cool. Okay, like this sucks. All right, we're here and someone died, and there's this girl named Annabeth, and she's so weird and quiet. And you know what? I really wanted so much to like be here, but like this is like here, and I'm like not there. As she's tying it together with like string and contraption, she's setting it on fire. She is bracing it against the ground as the Middle Ages folks did in order to, because it's a larger bow, so you want to use it. Actually, no, wait. She's going to use her entire body, because that is actually the way that Middle Ages infantrymen actually used to do it. So she's going to brace it against her body, and she's very strong despite having legs of different sizes. And she's going to be like, you know what? Want a normal day with my friends in the woods. Like, I don't care about being popular anymore. And then she shoots the bow.
Great. The bow of all the fireworks goes off. It flies through the air, and you each have a very particular thought as this bow is flying. Hazel, you say it out loud because you're on an honesty truth train. What's your thought when you see this that blurts aloud out of your mouth as you see this firework fly through the air?
Hey, I look at Penny and I'm like, Penny is the coolest person I know. Wow. And true Amazon. No, a goddess. And I see Artemis, like I have like images of Artemis as I watch Penny use her full body to shoot this tree down with these bomb arrows.
And Onyx, how do you feel? What do you think?
I'm watching and I get a little emotional because I've never really like been in a group like this before. And so what Onyx was kind of planning to do, they were going to take a like the largest knife in the kitchen, and basically they're going to go out back and they're going to start hacking at the branches that are like sprouting from this tree.
Yes.
So that way it doesn't get caught on anything or it doesn't pick up anyone. So yeah, that's probably what they're going to do.
Very sweet. Let's have you do that. Can you do a we'll have the knife. We'll give you the knife. Can you do a force check for me And you can do a +1 for knife.
Two sixes.
Whoa, that works so well. Can you describe the hacking of the tree?
Yeah, so I think they get the momentum from the back porch and they kind of launch themselves onto this trunk and kind of just hold on to it. And with like their four limbs, they start to like shimmy upwards as best as they can. And the first branch, they just kind of like bring it down on it. And then the next one, they just keep going until they get higher and higher up this tree.
Yes. The tree is like screaming as you're doing it. It's like it's the first sound that it's made, and it's from its little tree hole. It's like ah! And it's a wonderful sound that I love doing. And the and the rocket lands sort of as you're hugging the tree. It lands right under you. This insane rocket. It blows up this tree, pushing you back onto the porch. You land right onto the porch, but Onyx, you were sort of braced for this teamwork. You feel like you're part of a team for the first time, and so they just spring right back up. They do like a roll, like a contact roll, right back up into action. Wyatt, you see this tree just absolutely sort of blow up from behind you, and how glorious does it look? What does it look like? What do you do, Wyatt?
I think for me, like I see the like outline of on it because like light is pouring from the inside of the kitchen.
Yes.
I'm outside where it's very dark, so I see this giant figure like backlit, and so I just see the outline of like an arm hacking off a limb, and the limb falls off, and like more branches are crumbling, and then this like this spectacle of sparks appear and then disappear for a moment before the figure just like erupts and splits. And then once my eyes adjust again, I see my friends in the window, like the silhouette of my friends in the window, and my new friend standing on the porch. And once again, they save me like they always do.
Sweet.
God,
Let's actually go to this moment. The tree falls apart. You're all seeing each other. Let's like zoom into this moment and have this like celebratory moment for a sec. What happens here?
I run over to Onyx and I say, "Are you okay?"
Yeah, I think so. Are you okay?
I think we're good. I turn to Penny and I grab Penny and I make sure that she's like steady and not wobbling or anything. Like, Penny, how many fingers am I holding up?
That's a trick question because you don't have hands.
Okay. All right. So I put Penny's hand in my pocket and I say, "Just don't let go." So she's attached it to my hip and I make sure she's walking with me. And I yell, "Wyatt! Wyatt! You scared me to death! Don't ever go on your own ever again. You don't know what we do if we lost you." And yeah. So I start trying to get down to Wyatt.
Wyatt responds. He's about to say something and then lets out a very loud burp because the surge has betrayed him, and then says, "If this is what being high feels like, I don't want to do it again."
You're high?
I accepted a joint, and then the tree came after me because I was a part of the tree, and I wanted to be a part of the tree, and then the tree killed Asher, and then chased me into the house, and then chased me out of the house, and then you blew it up, and
Did you just hold it, or did you actually put it to your lips?
At this point, I'm not even sure. It had all happened so fast.
And then
I take him down, and I want to explicitly, once I make sure Penny's like safely with Wyatt and Onyx as well, I want to explicitly take out my scissors and take samples of this tree. Put it in my jar.
That's great. And while that's happening, Wyatt, you feel like something hot on the top of your head. You just feel like a light dropping of something hot on the top of your head.
Okay, I don't know if this is because I'm high, but is my head on fire? Is my head on fire?
It's not on fire, but y'all see Ash kind of on top of his head, and you look up and you see the now severed arm of Asher with a joint in its fingers, lodged in the window, just dropping Ash straight on top of it.
Oh man.
I gotta say, Ash was a tremendous guy. Tremendous. Damn it.
I was like, oh no, she lost it. Yeah.
Are you
while
being
y'all-
serious
while
right now?
y'all
Or are you
laugh at
throwing
that-
shade?
Penny, you're fired
Oh,
from the
wow.
Puntastic group. You're fired.
I know. I had one shot.
All you had to do
No,
was
Penny instead. All I had to do was land it, right?
right.
Anyways, Penny instead just like taps Wyatt on the shoulder and is like, the chickens told me you were always really nice to them. And I just want to tell you that I think that means a lot to me.
I
Well-
shed a few tears. I kind of tear up a little bit and I wipe my tears away. But I don't say anything.
Oh, yes, you do. You drank truth serum. What do you
Oh,
say?
great.
Oh!
Wow.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah, spruce up my truth. Yeah.
All of those diary entries come to an end. I'll miss you, Asher. Oh, God.
Wow. She was really pining for him.
And then, wow.
Oh, my God.
In that moment, you hear
I'm
a
back. I'm back.
knocking
You're back.
on the front
You're back,
door.
baby.
You hear a knocking on the front door, and you hear Annabeth from the living room say, "Guys, I think someone's here. Sorry."
Annabeth, you're
There's
okay.
just a
Gosh, what a
knock on the
relief.
front door.
Annabeth, where have you been this
Oh, yeah.
entire time?
I was here. You blew up a tree and all of that. I was here.
Annabeth, when we
I
said,
kicked fireworks over to you guys.
I know somebody might have said make like a tree, but we didn't really mean it, okay?
Oh, sorry. And then you hear ding dong from the front door. Like, yeah, someone's like really at the front door.
So
They're extra at the front door.
they're extra.
They're like extra there.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over and answer it. Yes.
You open the front door and it's the Domino's pizza guy, and he's holding a bag of garlic bread, and he's like, hey, I got back to Domino's and I saw that you left the garlic knots sorry, it wasn't your fault. I left the garlic knots. And so I got there and I drove around to give the garlic knots back to you.
Huh. Okay. Thank you.
So here are the garlic knots. He puts the garlic knots in your hand. He's like, so has it been a fun night for y'all?
You could say that.
Okay, well, I don't want to disturb you any longer, and so and his tongue comes out of his mouth for a second. And you look down, and there is like a gear like object protruding from his throat. And he looks at you in that same like, here are your garlic knots way, and then his head just cleanly slides right off of the gear onto the ground, and the gear also comes to the ground, and the body falls to the floor. His headless body falls to the floor right in front of you. You're now splattered with blood, Onyx. And right behind this pizza man, holding the same puzzle box that Hazel was using in the basement, is a man. He's about 8 feet tall, pale white. He's got half his head is in a gear. And it's just like he looks like he's been severed by a gear, but it just is stuck there. And he's holding a puzzle box, and he looks right at you, Onyx, and he tosses a gear straight for you. What do you do?
How big is this gear coming at me?
It's like a throwing star sized gear.
Yep, I'm gonna duck.
Great. Can you do a move check for me?
Yeah. Okay. Oh no.
Ooh. Were there any ones? I can't quite see.
I got 2 ones.
There's 1-1.
Just one. You
There's
got
there's
one
1
one.
1. Okay.
You have. Ooh. I just want to. Let's see. Can she get a reroll? Can they get a reroll? Any rerolls avail? I'll give it 10 seconds.
I have one reroll if she wants to use mine.
You have one. I'll let you share your reroll because you're all in this together. You're not
Okay.
split up.
Cool.
Yeah, we have good chemistry.
Yes.
There we go. Oof.
Why? Why?
Ow.
That gear just lodges straight into your shoulder. And you just go straight down. You're still alive, presumably, but the gear is in your shoulder. And you clatter right back to the floor as this creature, this man dressed all in black with just a gear through his head, takes a step forward toward the cabin, toward the entrance of the cabin from the front door.
So we see them fall back and like have this wound and that guy outside? Okay.
Yes,
as
totally.
I like bound across the room to close the door, I'm gonna say, I thought the tree was weird, but that's the craziest thing I ever saw. And then I'll slam the door closed.
Great. You're gonna have to do a move check for me also.
Yeah, great.
-1.
I love that. Yeah, I'm still suffering the slurm. 1 success.
Yeah. Okay. How do you succeed here? Well, you do.
I slip and fall and trip every step of the way. Like I run full speed, turning back to make my great pun that nobody acknowledged, and I will fall over the couch. I will slide on the chair and like back it up into the door to slam it closed.
Great. And as you slam it closed, you hear like 3 more gears just like thud, thud, thud against the wall. And one comes like right next to you, like classic horror style, like right next to you here.
Ah!
What was that?
Right. And what do
I don't know.
And we try to help. We try to help Onyx. I get my med kit / first aid kit / just band-aids and some astringent, and I try to gently help pull it out and wrap it with gauze.
Ooh. Great. Let's for you. You go to do. Let's do a. This is weird, but it makes sense. Let's do a program check for you.
Yes.
+1 for your med kit.
Awesome. Please don't let me hurt this person further. Wow. I should have said it. I just should have said
Oh
it.
God! Oh God!
Oh my God. I'm so sorry.
You pulled the gear out. You pulled the gear out of Onyx, and just a geyser of blood just slits you straight in the eyes.
Oh no.
From Onyx's shoulder. And Onyx, how do you react to the gear being pulled out?
Just a slew of just curse words come out of their mouth. They're like, oh my God, ow, ow, ow.
And I'll tell someone else to grab either some gauze or try to help them besides me because I feel horrible right now.
Penny is going to try and just press down as much as possible on the geyser of blood that's shooting
Right.
up.
You're pressing down on the geyser of blood as 3 more gears hit the wall behind you. Wyatt, you're the one that's like, you've got your back to the wall. You just closed the door. What do you do?
I'll say he was holding a puzzle thing. He was holding the thing with the puzzle ball. What does that mean? What do we do with that?
Maybe
That
you
was
should go
downstairs.
downstairs and destroy the puzzle. Yeah. Maybe we could just set everything on fire. I don't know. It worked for the fish circus.
That can't be our go-to.
Why not? Throwing it out there.
I look at Wyatt and then I look at Penny and Onyx and I'll run down to the basement.
Great. You're just the one running down to the basement, just you, right, Hazel?
I think so. Yeah.
Great. Yeah, because holding the door, holding the blood. Okay, we're gonna stick with you for a sec, Hazel. Hazel, you run toward the basement. The kitchen is basically just like an open back. Like it's just like blown out from the tree and the fireworks and the explosion.
Truly.
It's still smoldering. And as you're running toward the basement, you see that the red room door has opened from the force, and it's just a blur as you walk by, but you see that the painting has fallen off of the wall, and where the painting of Lucifer or being tied to the rock, or some man with horns being tied to the rock, and you see it just a shadow as you go by. You see like a switch, like a big heavy switch that was behind the painting set in the wall. Do you keep running toward the basement, or do you want to stop for that?
I stop at the switch.
Great.
What do I see? Is there like
and
labels on the switch?
There are no labels on the switch. It's just flipped up.
Am I able to like understand what it could possibly be connected to?
Let's do a comprehend check for you.
Okay. Let's see what I can comprehend. All right. Please.
Whoa.
A 6. One didn't
Great.
even finish rolling. What was that?
You see underneath it in like fine print, like a little label underneath, you see exit written, and it's like below. You would, if you flipped it down, you would be flipping it to a side that said exit.
Exit. Why is this here? Hazel wouldn't normally do this, but Hazel pulls it down and
Great.
thinking that it'll open an exit.
Yeah. You go to pull it down, but it's too heavy. Another person, it's going to take the strength of 2 people to pull it down. You can't do it by yourself, but you have full belief that if somebody else were to go help you pull it down, it would work. It would go down.
I start yelling for help.
Yeah, let's do it.
And I say, "Help! Help! I need help opening this! I found an exit!" And
What's that? What's that like quiet girl up to? Like, why can't she be useful for once?
I will forever forget about Annabeth. Forever forget about her. If she's not existing, I don't register her.
I only know she's around because she's actually trying to talk to me as Penny is like pressing down and trying to stop the blood, and Annabeth's just like trying to like talk to her about like nonsense.
She's like, yeah, and so that's my mom. She's really cool. We're like best friends, and and then my dad. Like, this is just so crazy. This is all just so
And
crazy.
Onyx,
And your friend's like yelling in the other room.
Annabeth, go help Hazel.
Yeah?
Now.
Annabeth gets up and she sprints over to Hazel. And you both grab this, and she's like, "Oh, sorry." She's like, "Hi, sorry, you needed my help." I'm here. I've learned from Onyx. I am here.
Oh, thank goodness you're here. Can you help me pull this down? What's your name again? Annabelle?
Sure. And she's like,
Come on,
she grabs
Annabelle,
it, the two
help!
of you grab it. You pull the lever down, and in the living room, from underneath the coffee table, Wyatt, you see it because you have your back to the wall. Gears are going more into the door. You see from underneath the coffee table, the like wood on the floor slide back, revealing a hatch, a metal hatch that sort of like pops up as the wood slides back with a little handle on it.
We got another hatch.
Oh no! Ah.
I run back and I completely forget Annabeth there again. Just run back to the group. I said, did it do anything? I found some weird lever in the other room.
Under the coffee table. There's a hatch. Go, go, go.
I basically just rush Onyx and Penny in there if they can move.
Yeah,
Penny
they can
has
move.
not.
We'll let them-
Is like,
we'll let them-
yeah, Penny's still holding down the blood and trying to just like keep some pressure on it. And it's like, okay, Onyx, I'm sorry if we ruin your cabin, but you kind of have to admit that your uncle's like kind of weird.
You think? Oh my god. I'm gonna have like a long talk with him about this.
And Hazel, do you open the hatch when you go over to it?
Yes. I open it, but only to let people in, not to go in myself.
Great. You open the hatch, you're holding it open. Penny and Onyx, you make it over, and you see it's a ladder that goes down into fluorescent lighting in a room that you cannot see what's in it. It's just a straight ladder that goes all the way down. Gears are going harder into the door. What do you do?
Start climbing down as best as I can.
Great. You two start climbing down the ladder. Wyatt, what are you up to? Holding that door?
Yeah, I was holding the door, but if we have an exit strategy, then I'll come over. I'll take the hatch from Hazel and let her climb down before me.
I
Great.
look at Wyatt
You take the
and
hatch
I'm
from
like,
Hazel?
go.
I got this. You go first.
Are you sure? And
Yeah, absolutely.
Just to not waste any more time, I hop down because there's no point arguing this. So I start climbing down as fast as I can just to give Wyatt room.
Yeah, we had a very Canadian argument. Who's going to hold the door open for who?
Truly.
Yep. Hazel climbs down the hatch.
It's about time.
Right below her, Onyx and Penny climbing down. Wyatt holding on to the hatch as the front door bursts open and the gear-headed man takes one look at Wyatt, readies up a gear, and chucks it straight for him. And that's where we'll end the episode.
Really? I can't. No, I don't want to wait to find out if Wyatt gets hurt. Oh God.
Don't worry. As you were climbing down, he said, "I'll be right behind you."
No.
That's why are you trying to hurt my feelings?
That's
Oh my gosh.
where we'll cliffhang. That was so much fun tonight, y'all. Thank you.
That was great.
Yay. We went just slightly over, so thank y'all. Let's just go in a circle and say our names, who we are, where to find us, all of that stuff.
I'll start. It's me. I'm Trevor. You can find me on the internet, Twitter at HOWIETT, at Plunder Blunders, because I have a D&D podcast. Did for 4 years. It's okay. I liked it. And that's mostly it for me. And then I'm also around elsewhere on like Instagram and stuff, but you don't need to know about that. We're going up top to my dear friend Hazel.
Hi, I was Hazel, and I am actually Chelsea Bites. I mix me and Hazel a lot. You might catch me, doing a lisp on my stream accidentally. Getting in character a lot. You can find me on Twitch, Instagram, Twitter. You can definitely know about those things. And join us here on FearHQ for Playdead on Mondays, right before Slasher Town, if you want to play some scary games. And I'll throw it over to my girl, Penny.
Hi, everyone. I've been Penny. My name is Shu. You can find me pretty much everywhere at Hello There Shu. It's spelled X and then U. Chinese people just, they want to mess with you like that. I am Mondays with these folks. I have another season of Blades in the Dark, and we'll be announcing more details as they come. So you can catch us, I think in September is when we're starting. You know what? Well, just go on my Twitter. You'll find out. All right. Let me throw it to our lovely and amazing guest.
Hi, my name is Bree or Brito. You can find me anywhere on social media at Brito_. I'm usually on Twitch, just playing some horror games and some scary games here and there. And I usually do some TTRPG stuff in the space as well. So yeah. And I'll throw it over to
Cool. And I'm Dylan Guerra.
Yeah.
You can find me here Mondays doing Slasher Town. You can find me Dylan Guerra on Twitter or Dylan G Guerra, because the guy named Dylan Guerra won't sell me his handle. So also you could start that campaign. And you can catch all sorts of fun stuff. You can catch all sorts of fun stuff right here on FearHQ. We have Slasher Town on Mondays. Right before it, Chelsea Bites, as she just said, plays Play Dead. Then on Tuesdays, we have Wolf's Call at 6 p.m. Clark Wolf, our other host, she deep dives into a different horror film. And then there's FearCast with Clark Wolf at 6 p.m., where she does all sorts of fun horror news. And then this Thursday, me, Chelsea, and Clark are having the rare all three of us sighting, which never happens. And it's going to be a blast. It's for Canva. We're going to be doing some theories of what we think is going to happen in season 11C of The Walking Dead, the final season. I can't believe it. Thank you, Brandon Winfrey, our producer, doing double duty as producer and art director. Sylviana, our other producer. Joe, our fabulous tech director. Kayla, aka Fox, our wonderful social media person. Jack, our awesome community manager. Gayaka and Angel Mitsu, our mods, and all of you for being here. And also thank you, Bree, for being with us. Bree Brito, thank you for being here. It was a blast playing with you, and seeing as you survived, perhaps, it means we're going to have you back at some point. Yeah. So hope to see y'all soon. Have a good night, everybody. Thanks.
Sound stirs things up. You can use rattles, you can use maracas, you can clap your hands. I also encourage people to laugh audibly.
Why are you not shooting? What are you doing? The hand kind of reaching out from the ground is such an iconic 1950s kind of like B-movie image. So again, throwing back to the old school, the Universal monsters, and so on.